Tray tables in the upright position.
Make me fly. Watch me kiss the sky. Come move on me. It is all in me. With you by my side. There's no way I can lose. See me fly.
Goddamn, and my memory served me. Energy from everything kinetically surging. Better never get another chance to be this young. Woke up to see this sun. New days, I'ma get me one. Been a long road coming, thinking God blessed every run. All a million little pieces we've become. Any bucket list, I'ma leave it done. All I need is a good cup of coffee, good plump in the concrete. Hooked up in Brooklyn, took a Canal Street. Pump every watch in his jacket, just so maybe I remember this time, everything that happened. Then I'm zipping in my friends a mask where the legal grass is. Just give me the sativa stash. It's been down, now it seems it's back. We got a beat from in, now we rolling down the street, just laughing so fly.
Make me fly. Watch me kiss the sky. Then you move on me. It is all in me. With you by my side. There's no way I can lose. See me fly. Then you move on me. It is all in me. With you by my side. There's no way I can lose. See me fly.
When I'm with you, my dear, I'm far away from here. Must be the magic. Must be the magic. I found you.
Make me fly.
That's right.
Watch me kiss the sky. Then you move on me. It is all in me. With you by my side. There's no way I can lose. See me fly.
Oh shit, mountain smooth, cause you reach new altitudes. Hanging on every word like a mountain view. When we bounce a cruise, fuck them all, I can count on you. Like Bojack and Diane, whole snap and try it. Pepper pots in the eye, man. Times get strange and the people keep lying. The truth is the truth, any state I reside in. I am.
Make me fly. Watch me kiss the sky. Then you move on me. It is all in me. With you by my side. There's no way I can lose. See me fly.
Ahora directamente desde West Hartford, Chuck Wise, el único, el más bravo, el duro, el que nunca nadie lo puede poner abajo porque él siempre tiene toda la lírica para todo el pueblo de West Hartford, para que no sepa, papá.
And we are back again. It's Friday night. We are the IDP Lounge. We have, well, we had a couple more, but one of them disappeared. But anyway, we are joined as always by my bright orange man at Hollywood Titan.
What's up?
Not orange man, whatever numbers Johnny the Greek is. We are joined this week by Dingus is better than Darrell.
Not true. That's a lie. He's a liar.
From the HQ, FF Blitz, Michael Cipes. Mike, how you doing?
Wait, I have a problem. I'm hearing two different things.
You have two different things going on. Anybody else?
And now I'm hearing myself.
I hear voices all the time, so I'm not really going to
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't hear anything else.
Wait a second.
That's
Wonder
what
why.
happens when you get old, pop-ups.
Before we hit record, I don't know. Shane's hanging out, but he's somewhere here.
But wait,
Okay, we'll wait.
I just hit the button to play the video.
Oh. What's he doing?
yeah, it's just weird. I can hear you guys, and I hear you talking, and then a couple minutes later, all of a sudden, I hear you guys, and then I hear myself talking.
You got an echo. I don't know.
Yeah, you're loco.
Shane.
That's what that means is loco.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, we kicked Cipes off. Fuck that guy.
Whoa.
He's having
He was hearing
echo stuff, yeah. He's hearing voices in his head, and he's not Randy Orton, so I don't know.
Fuck that guy. Seriously. How many times do I have to talk to
You
him
know
a
it.
week?
He's an old guy.
As many as I need to talk to
we'll let him have
Darrell.
a pass.
Yeah.
I didn't even make a drink. Oh, God damn it.
That's your fault because I'm stocked, locked, and ready to rock, baby.
Well, I had to restart my
What? Darrell has
computer.
booze?
And
There's a
Darrell's
shocker.
always got booze, so.
Hey,
are we live? I'm
We are
going to go
live.
make a drink anyway. Oh, well, there's Blitz, so we're represented. I'm going to make a
First
drink.
of
I'll be
all-
right back.
First of all,
we're
okay.
not. We're all dead.
First of all, something was going on because I was getting the feed on another browser, I guess it was. But when I quit out of this to restart it, I heard Shane saying, "Fuck that guy. We don't need that guy in here. Fuck him."
Isn't that just a normal HQ plug anyway?
Exactly.
And he's going.
I guess because I had
He's
my
going. He's literally going.
well, he just said he goes, "Well, Cipes is here, so I could go." See, that's the kind of shit I have to deal with, you know.
Well, he had to go get a drink, he said. So.
Yeah, I already had mine right here, so that's
See, I
fine.
can't even hate him for that because that's priorities right there. He's
Darrell
putting priorities in.
used his chair like 5 times a show. We'll be looking over at Darrell, and we'll just see nothing but an empty chair. You know.
So I'm
We-
sorry. I'm sorry before I know you introduced me and stuff, and then I had all that problem that
Yeah, it's all
I
right.
couldn't figure out. But
It's live, folks. Definitely.
all I did was close the other browser, and all of a sudden it was gone. So I guess I was having the YouTube feed in another browser, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we might have
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So then thank you for having me after.
Yes. And we have gone head to head quite a few times in some leagues for championships in the past.
Yes, we have. Including, I heard you say also when I quit out of here, you said he's hearing voices, but he's not Randy Orton.
Yes.
I heard
We're
you say
missing
that as
SmackDown
well.
right now, but yes.
Because aren't you and I in the SmackDown versus Raw league?
Yes, I am your defending champ, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But who was the defending champ before you?
You were. You
That's
beat
right.
me in the champion.
Yeah, I was the first year winner, and then you were the second year winner. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Shots fired. That's what I heard right there. Shots.
So this year I'll try to come at you with. Wait, who are you? I'm Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Stone Cold.
Oh, Stone Cold.
I got Patty Mahomes, the $50 million man. So,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and I guess right now it's a good thing Jeremy's not here because he doesn't like whenever I talk about wrestling. He gets upset.
Who gets upset?
Oh,
Jeremy,
Is he coming on or no?
I don't know. He sent a message that he's not going to be able to make it. So
Okay.
I think this is the first time I've seen Cipes without that SFBX T-shirt he wears every show.
you know, it's so funny. It's so funny. I wore it last week and the week before, but I mean, it's one night at a time. And then I got that comment yesterday. Has Cipes been wearing that shirt for 3 weeks? And I was like, no.
Pretty much.
We have a new logo at Dynasty. We have a new logo at Dynasty Trades HQ. So I don't want to wear my old Dynasty Trades HQ shirt anymore. So
Need that new gear.
yeah.
Where can they find some new Dynasty Trades HQ gear, fellas?
Oh,
My
see,
house.
Shane,
That's a softball right there.
just at your house. No, we have a store at storeenvy.com, and it's the Dynasty Trades HQ store there. And yeah, we just now finally all the new merchandise is there with our new logo. I know, like the day we first talked about it, Shane went in and bought a new shirt, and then they sent it to him with the old logo because the store wasn't updated yet, but it is now updated.
So now, Jeremy probably feels vindicated because he was like, oh, no, don't tweet it out yet. And I'm like, fuck you, it's up on the store. I'll tweet it out if I want to. And then the shirt came, and I'm like, this ain't the right fucking shirt.
The best part of that whole thing was Jeremy. We have a DM, the three of us, and Jeremy DM'd saying, "Don't order anything yet." And then Shane ordered something, told everybody he ordered something, and then Jeremy said, "I just told you not to do it." And Shane goes, "Oh, it must have been deep in the DM thread. It's the line right above the one Shane wrote." But yeah, no, you could go get all our stuff there. I know a lot of people already got the stickers. I've seen some stickers on people's computers and fridges.
Yeah, I need to order stickers. If anyone's ordered stickers, send them to me now.
Wait,
I think
you want people to order our
sticker might last longer than my computer will, though. So.
Wait, but Shane wants people to buy our sticker and then send it to him.
Yeah, if someone could buy a sticker and send it to me, that'd be awesome.
That's called playing the field pretty good there. Not only are you guys making money off the stickers, but Shane's getting a sticker out of the deal. That's smart. That's smart.
I guess it's better than Shane buying it himself and then he gets his $2 back for whatever somebody buys or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it works out to be. I always think it's funny when I buy a t-shirt. I'm like, hey.
You get a profit off of that. They should just give you the discount straight off the bat. But
yeah, no, they don't even give us a discount. We can't buy anything from the store, anything at a discount.
No, we can. It's just we don't know what the discount code is. Jeremy knows it.
No, that's not true. He just explained it to me today that we can't.
Oh, well, whatever.
So, Dan, this is what I told you about in the pre-show that, we're going to just talk about whatever for the next hour.
Are we live?
We've been live, yeah.
So we got any questions?
That's for sure.
Nothing in the chat yet, but
fuck you guys. Ask some questions.
Nobody likes us.
Bitches.
Nobody likes us.
Hey, Dingus wrote in the chat, Dingus is better than Darrell.
Well,
that's not true. That's a dirty freaking lie. He's a liar.
That doesn't count, though, because Dingus is on the show.
I know, but I was just trying to see who wrote in the chat.
Let's drum up some business here. Let's start
tweeting?
See? Yeah. I set out a tweet and tagged everybody in it.
See? Sean's right there.
What?
Sean says that sounds true.
Ah, there you go, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
So what about
Sean now?
So wait, Sean, what about Dingus is better than Darrell?
What's not?
Not a damn thing.
I'm going to start asking our users questions, or those chat people questions.
Let's just flip it around. Screw them asking us questions. We're going to ask them questions. We don't even know them, but we're going to ask them questions.
Because that watermelon hat's pretty.
We're going to ask the listeners questions.
Yeah, there you go. Sean answered. Sean answered. Just look at him. Sean says that Dingus is better than Darrell just by looking at him.
No, that's true.
Man. What's under Hollywood's hat?
That's it. I quit. I'm done.
Is there anything under Hollywood's hat?
No.
Big ass melon. That's what's under.
Earn, bitch. How many times can I say bitch in one show?
I don't know.
Let's take a count. You said it 15 already, I think.
15?
I would say we can start from now.
Fire away.
Dan, why don't you have to edit anything?
Because it's live. It's going on YouTube.
Live.
But I'm saying it's not going to be made into an audio thing for anybody? It's just going to just be video.
Possibly. I don't know. Nate's going
to. So what you got to do is, and I'm very trained at this, is you want to rip the audio, right, into a wave folder. Then
send it to me. That's how he's good at it.
What you're going to do is you make sure you get the drops
Send it to me.
You get the drops in. Make sure you plug the sponsors. You're going to want to make sure that the rendering is.
What the hell are you talking? You've never done any of this.
I've heard all these words used at some point, though.
By me.
I believe him. He sounds educated, and I believe
Shane, and your use of the word.
Oh, there's Faith.
Hey, Faith, girl.
The more you prove you are one, Shane.
Ooh, now Faith went after you.
Faith is going to get it. That's all I'm going to say.
Wait, wasn't Faith the one that came up with our johnsonly.com, or did somebody else tell us that?
No, it was our girl Faith. It was cheesedates.com.
Cheese dates.
Yeah, but
by the way, Shane, I had to teach Darrell.
Don't even.
Sean met a couple weeks ago.
Can Darrell pronounce that?
I don't know if
I'm
somebody
glad
can pronounce that or not. But
That's a
I'm
John,
glad you
y'all.
changed your name because that shit was driving me insane.
Well, we actually do own johnsonly.com, and if people go to it takes them to our Twitter handle.
Well, so we have one of your IDP
I refuse.
that has a good question.
Yes, we have a question. This is specifically for Shane, I believe, because he's
like it.
played IDP leagues. Actually, that's the same one here. Let's see.
But he called the person a weirdo before he just said from one of your weirdos.
How can y'all stand to play in leagues with only 4 positions?
Exactly.
I got to be honest with you, I love it. Look, I've talked before. I've played IDP.
Loser.
And yeah, here's the thing. So everybody talks to me about IDP like it's cooking or a sexual position. Like, oh, well, you've never tried it with me. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
like, guys, I get it. I understand. Like, you're the best at it. No. Once you give me your IDP, I'll never be the same. I get it. But look, I've gotten IDP'd a lot, and it's just not
my
thing.
God.
You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not. Look, I don't judge. If you like getting IDP, you get IDP.
My God.
That's for you.
No, I think you're confused. IDP is individual defensive players, dude.
Mhm.
You're talking about something else.
No. The IDP, you get your mind out of the gutter there, young man. I like, look, like I said, I've played IDP. I've played it with a few different people in a few different leagues.
She even joined an eliminator last year.
Yeah.
That had IDP.
And I joined this one. I joined yours this year too, didn't I? Or I meant to.
You should, because nobody will join mine.
Yeah.
What? Nobody joined yours, Darrell?
He's got like 5.
They're scared of me.
They're
scared of me.
Yeah, he says he's scared. It's IDP only.
They are.
First of
They're
all,
terrified.
Shane, you were in an IDP league with me and Jeremy, and you quit after the first year.
Well, and mostly, so we'll put this out there. I don't sub this anymore. I've decided that I subtweet too much. I'm gonna just put names out there. That was because of what was that asshole's name? What was his name?
Which one?
Jerk off. He blocked me the one day because I told him that, hey, you can't be blocking Jeremy when you get into arguments with him because he's a writer for us just like you. So when you block him, you lock him out of our DFF threads. And he was like, go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do. You're a bitch.
I know who you're talking about.
What was his name? Fucking fuck nuts. Damn it.
Fuck nuts.
Ultimately, he ended up leaving and not in all the other leagues. And I'm not. Yes, I remember the situation.
I can't look. All I know is he left DFF because he wanted to do his own thing, right? Look, I give you all respect. You can leave any site you choose. You know what I mean? None of us are indentured servants. But the way he went about it was one of the most asshole-ish ways I've ever seen.
So you're saying that was the reason you quit our IDP league, because of that one guy?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not playing with this fucking guy. Like, I hate IDP anyway. And the only reason I got in the league was because he was like, oh, I love you. Please be in the league with me. And I'm like, all right. Well, I didn't know he was bipolar and he would hate me 6 months later. But whatever.
Yeah, so for you listeners out there, if you want Shane to be in a league, just hit him up and tell him you love him, and he'll do it.
Yeah. So
that is
Shane,
awesome.
I love you. Join an eliminator, Shane.
I'll join it. Yeah, send me a link or just send me the thing. So I'll join it. I joined FF Ghost IDP Eliminator.
Dan, do your thing. Send him the link.
Yeah.
I will.
Why does Dan have to do it? You can't do it, Darrell?
It's my eliminators.
So.
This guy up here in the upper left needs to send the guy in the lower right a link. Yeah, YouTube.
Faith says Shane is easy. That's why you can get him in your leagues.
I am easy. Everyone knows that. I mean, that goes without saying.
Shane never denied that fact.
So Sean not only believes that Dingus is better than Darrell, but he's going to take him on in the eliminator.
Oh, there you go.
It's because it's easy competition.
Dude, we're going to fill Darrell.
We're going to fill Darrell.
I was going to say something, but Dingus was talking.
Video into the IDP and filling Darrell.
I don't know where you're going.
I was gonna say we're gonna fill Darrell's league tonight, but then Dingus started talking, so I stopped talking.
I don't know about you. Darrell's way too far away. Like, I might try to fill him, but he's in Tennessee. It's a long drive, man.
He's like 4 hours away from Nashville, so that's like, going to Nashville.
Hey, if Wagner and Fernaro can come to Nashville and party with me, you guys can. I mean, come on.
I was supposed to be there with Walter and Fernaro. We did Vegas too, but so I had to work that weekend, so I couldn't go. Yeah. Hey, Dingus, where in Canada are you?
I am. Let's see. The best way to put it is about 5 hours north of Great Falls, Montana.
Oh, that's the best way to put it. Well, where is it in Canada?
I'm in Medicine Hat, so about 2.5 hours south of Calgary.
I'm sorry. What's the cell boot?
Calgary.
What's the cell boot? What are we talking about?
A little bit into this hat thing. So the CFL was supposed to start on July 1st. The Saskatchewan Rough Riders wear melons on their head. They literally cut out the watermelon, carve it out, and stick it on their head. Kind of like the cheeseheads in Green Bay. So right now, I could be putting on Wendy's Friday Night Football and watching CFL football. So,
that's cool.
So Faith here joined her first IDP league this year. IDP only, no offense. She has no idea what I'm doing. Well, this is more of an entertainment show. If you want informational stuff, check out IDP Nation.
I like Faith.
Good girl, Faith. Good girl.
We will try to get some IDP questions answered here.
Okay, so Faith, what you want to do is you want to go heavy on linebacker. You want to stay away.
Don't take advice from Shane.
I'm not sure of the scoring, but most of the times you want to stay away from tackles. Sean's pointing out no cornerbacks. Yes. But if you're going to take a cornerback, not a good one. Because they don't get thrown at.
Shane, I'm impressed with you, Shane. Look at you go.
Look,
my goodness.
So you want a cornerback, and I learned that the hard way because I played back when Revis Island was a thing. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting Revis. They let Richard Sherman drop. I got both these dudes. What's up? So they had I think combined points for the year because no one close to those guys. So you want a trash cornerback.
Yeah.
Preferably like last year, the Eagles cornerbacks.
Oh, that's a rough one. Look at that comment. She's on you, bro. She is all over you, bro.
Faith, look at her.
Well, you know what? Shane probably picked up stuff by osmosis from editing. Because especially when he had to read Hollywood's and our good friend John's writing, adding subjects in your sentences was something you always had to do.
So one thing I'll say, a little behind the sausage factory. Innuendo tonight. So IDP writers are some of the most enthusiastic writers there are, and they will pump content out, man. They are excited about it. They will promote it. They pour their heart into what they're writing.
And here comes the burn.
But as far as the actual writing structure, they do need a little help. You can tell an IDP article without even looking at positions. Like if you didn't know, you'd be like, oh, this is an IDP writer. But I do love the passion that they put into it, because I'd rather have a guy that's passionate and brings his love of it to the writing, or hers, I should say. Excuse me. His or hers or theirs, whatever. I don't know, whatever you claim.
Hers.
They bring that passion to it, and they want to pump out content. So I'd rather work with that any day than someone that's a technically very strong writer that makes me want to bang my head into the wall when I read their stuff.
And Darrell will get a case of beer and crank out 10 articles on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Hey, they don't need to know how the sausage is made. They just need to see the final result. That's all that matters.
Do you guys both still write over there, Dan and Darrell?
We're both writing at IDP, guys. I write every now and again when I get time. Darrell writes pretty consistently.
Yeah.
I have to carry him as usual.
Well,
Dingus hates writing, yeah?
Dingos would rather talk on a microphone for a couple hours than
Absolutely. I'd rather just act like a jackass on a podcast any day of the week over writing. Recently, we put our work together in a magazine, and the first thing that I learned is I'm not allowed to write the way I speak. Apparently, throwing words "a" into like, so this guy's going to take off "a" doesn't really translate well into magazine. So.
That's funny.
That's great.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah. I mean, Canadians, you know, what's funny is, you know, we had some English writers and Aussies too. And, you know, they'd spell words differently, obviously, because, you know, they're foreigners. Yeah. Color, favorite.
Where did you come from? Like
anything where there's an OU, anything where OU comes in or an RE.
Yeah.
ER.
But at least they didn't just throw in random and oh, what's this old name? And you're like, what the fuck, is that a line? What does that mean? Like, I'm not. Look, I'm a very accommodating person. You guys know this. I don't discriminate against anyone. But Canadians, they get me close to that point. You know what I mean? Because they're so weird.
That's
like,
your breaking point.
Damn universal health care.
That's your breaking point is Canadians.
I think
That's
Canadians
great.
Yeah. It's because of how they say about. There's something about it. Every time I hear a boot, I'm like, I will fucking murder you.
It's hilarious because you mentioned that, and I went down to the States there in Montana, and they're talking about winter caps. I'm like, what the hell is a winter cap? It's a toque. And they're like, well, what?
He does
like the whole.
I don't even know what a winter cap is, so I don't know.
A winter cap.
We call it what, a beanie, I guess.
Beanie?
I don't know.
Beanie? What the fuck are you? A hat?
Well, no, like a winter wool hat.
Oh, so you guys are talking about something you wear? Oh, okay. We don't have that down here in Florida. It's fucking 100 degrees. We don't ever have winter here.
Dingus, do you drink milk in a bag?
That's because you're like 3 inches from the equator.
So I know where Faith is coming from this, and Harris is absolutely, he's a weirdo. Those Canadians on the West Coast, they're absolutely weirdo. Anytime you're drinking milk out of a bag, it's weird. I'm from Alberta, which is like redneck country. We still take it with the teeth, right? So
hold up. Did you just say drink milk out of a bag?
Yes.
No, he did like 2 minutes ago, yes.
What the fuck?
At least it's not banana milk. Come on.
See, don't even go there. I'll fight you to the death on that.
I'm sorry, did someone say banana milk?
Oh.
Did I imagine that?
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
We spent an entire Patreon episode talking about banana milk because Darrell went off.
Banana milk. Nestle makes banana milk. I'm telling you.
What the hell is banana milk?
Are we going to talk about the football?
Milk that tastes like bananas.
Way too Canadian. I don't even know what the hell's going on right now.
And that's something you don't understand.
No, seriously, Nestle Quick, they have chocolate milk and strawberry milk and all this. They make a banana milk. It's good, I'm telling you. I want to
okay, so I got to be honest with you. I'd rather join IDP only league than ever talk about banana milk.
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
I can't see. I don't even know you people.
So to get an actual IDP question in here, so
I just fucking can't. I really can't.
So I know I don't really look to trade many defensive players, but Darrell seems to be able to swindle some people into getting some running backs for defensive players every once in a while.
Why I got to be a swindler? Why you got to label me like that?
Because I don't know. I don't know.
I love trading with Darrell. Darrell's fun to trade with in leagues.
No. I am not trading with you or Madman ever again. No.
Darrell's great. You just get him really drunk, and then you talk to him about a trade, and then you do it. It's awesome.
Okay, so Cipes, I'm in some leagues with Darrell too, and I've seen his rosters. What the hell can you possibly want off of his teams? They are so bad.
Well, he was a guest one night on our show, and we were.
That's not even fair. You and Madman just double teamed my ass. That wasn't even.
I'm sorry, what? I missed that episode. What happened?
It was the week you were there.
Yeah, it was the week you were
So I
there.
go 11. That's what happens. We start getting menage a trois.
I blame you, Shane, because this is your fault. Because if you was there, that wouldn't happen.
No, but mine and your trade wasn't bad. But the next morning, you woke up hating Jeremy for the trade you did with him.
So let me throw this out there, right? Again, IDP, whatever. I think those players are highly replaceable for the most part.
Yep.
And I would trade 37 of my best IDP players for one stud on the offensive side of the ball. That's just my thought.
Yeah.
But see, that's the kind of same conversation, Shane, you and I have on our show when we talk about Devi. I would trade every single Devi player I have on my roster for a player that's playing right now. You know,
Right,
so you have that same mentality. But
Yeah.
you know, with IDP, there's so many different variables depending on what kind of league you're in. You have to look at the scoring. There's some IDP leagues where the scoring is so outweighed for the offensive players than the defensive players, then yeah, of course you trade them. But if you're in one of those leagues where the defensive players are more, you know, you mentioned John. I'm in a couple John Orr leagues that he runs, and one of them, it's really weighted towards the defensive players. They score more points than the offensive ones. So you're not going to trade a whole bunch of those defensive players for an offensive player when the scoring is so unbalanced.
Yeah,
Shane would, because he's crazy.
Points like 3 times.
What'd you say?
It's like DeForest Buckner I have in that one league, and you know, he gets me like 100 points 3 times a year as he gets like 2 sack games and stuff. So
it is funny though, especially with positions like in one of those, the John Orr ones, the Monday morning one, DTs score the most points out of defensive players. And my friend Greg in the startup, he drafted Aaron Donald in the first round, and then in that offseason, they changed his position and made him a DE, and he totally got screwed. His whole season got screwed because he had planned for this one level of points, and then it was a totally different level. So you can have an idea about these players, but I mean, there's so many different things that can change. Even in the offseason, the position changes, especially with MFL. Every week during the preseason games, they change their positions.
Yeah, that's you know how aggravating that is. When you know they're sitting out there, they won't change offensive positions.
Right.
Like it takes an act of God. I think it's actually in MFL's bylaws. An act of God must occur before they'll change an offensive player's position. But defensive players, it feels like, and I could be wrong, just from the outside, it looks like every week they're like, oh, by the way, we've just changed the position for these 76 players. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't seem right.
The worst is Khalil Mack. Like 3 years in a row, Khalil Mack will be changed to a DE during the summer, and then by August, he'll be changed back to a linebacker. And it happened to us like 3 years in a row with MFL. It's annoying as shit.
this is a great. Every time I hear MFL, my brain translates to mother effing leagues.
Faith is awesome. She's fun. She in all these chats we're in.
So
That's
actually,
the best one of the night right there. Kudos.
Well, I see a good question. What's your favorite draft strategy when it comes to Dynasty IDP offensive league?
Yeah, we'll bring that up in 1 second. Real quick.
I feel like I'm not hosting this show. Like,
just real quick, Jordan Rains with his comment here. I will be appearing on the IDP 411 on Sunday morning with Jordan. So
cool.
Shout out for that. So look for that when that
Sunday
comes
morning.
out.
Oh my God! I don't
Yeah,
care
you would
Sunday
you would
morning.
never make it because it's a Sunday morning show.
Nah.
But yeah, let's get back to that question from Z-Mags. What is your favorite draft strategy when it comes to Dynasty IDP offensive leagues? I go like 6 rounds of offense, and then I worry about maybe grabbing a defensive player. And then I sort of kind of alternate every other round, especially if I'm on like near one of the ends. I'll grab an offensive guy and then a defensive guy and try to like fill out my roster, flip-flopping that.
My target round's like round 5. That's where I really start paying attention and seeing if anybody's jumping the gun or whatever. Then you can kind of dictate, you know, do I need to wait a little bit more, whatever. But at round 5, I start looking. So I'm kind of with you, Dan. You know, round 6, that's my target where I take my guys IDP-wise.
The funny thing for me, it goes back to what we just said a few minutes ago, depending on the scoring of the league, and a lot of people go into it not even looking. So like, especially with MFL, if you're going into a startup in MFL and you go up to the top and you do players and it'll show you what they would have scored last year based on this scoring system. And then if you see like in the top 32, most of them are defensive players as opposed to offensive players. But Darrell, you and I are in that that gala draft right now, that startup draft that's offensive and defensive. And in that league, if you look at the top, there's a lot of defensive players in the top 32, but nobody was drafting any defensive players. We were already in like the 4th round. And then that's when I decided to grab one. And then what happened was it started that chain of other people grabbing defensive players. And then you're able to flip back around and get some offensive players after you've already got a couple top IDP guys. You're able to come back and then grab some offensive ones while everybody's grabbing what's left.
Yeah. Hollywood
Super. And that's going to be such a hard league because me, you, and Gary Davenport are all in the same division.
Gary Davenport guy is an IDP stud. I know that.
Oh, he's awesome. Of course, you know that part. But yeah, he's in that.
Me and Cipes got our work cut out for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun league. That's true.
And we have some thoughts about different IDPs, IDP 1, 2, 3, true position, which is difficult.
Yes,
not impossible to do on my fantasy league, but it is a little bit of work for the commish.
That's his problem. I mean, or her problem. I gotta be honest with you. You want to be the commissioner? That's your fucking problem. Like, you took that shit on. Make your league fun. Because if your league's not fun, then you're gonna be commissioning a horrible league. Because I'll leave.
You know what?
I agree with Jordan.
That's the best thing that Shane said. If your league is not fun, no matter what format style you play, if your league is not fun, it's not going to last.
Yeah,
that's why I love playing with Cipes and Madman. Screw Shane, I don't like him, but the rest of you guys, y'all are pretty fun.
Yeah, Darrell, we're in a couple leagues together, but why do any of this if you're not having fun with it? It doesn't make any sense to do it if you're not having fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like married sex. You're not obligated to say it. It's because your wife is like, oh, you're giving it up. You don't have to.
Oh my God.
You play in this league.
That just means I can wake up, drink more coffee, and be better.
Coffee hell.
What?
On Sunday morning, we got Jordan's calling me. I gotta make up for Gary Davenport, so I gotta bring my A game, I guess, on Sunday morning.
You know, that's funny.
I gotta drink like 2 more cups of coffee and bring some takes.
So Dan was answering Jordan's text. But
I agree with that. You are.
You were answering Dan's text, but I thought you were answering Shane's married sex question when you said that just meant you had to wake up in the morning and have more coffee.
Joey,
who, me?
Oh, Joey's in that league with us too, Darrell.
Oh, God, yeah. I hate this freaking division.
It's going to be fun. And the diva of Debbie's in it too.
So, Darrell, what you're saying is you like playing in easy leagues because you don't want competition? You're complaining about everyone that's good in it.
You don't even play at – fuck off. You don't even play at it.
I'm just saying, I prefer, me personally, I love being in leagues.
No,
with sharks.
You know what? Really, I do. I prefer the leagues that are tough like that. That's got the best of the best.
All right.
Now, do I like losing? No, I don't. But I don't intend to lose. So I'm going to mock
Plus, it's
up.
It's always worse when you lose to people you don't think are strong competition, eh, Darrell?
You see that, Dingus? You see that? I got you right here.
That's funny.
Dan may be off the hook by the end of the night. You may be the dirty rotten fuck before this is all over.
I thought I was. I didn't know I was off the hook to begin with.
They say that in Canada still. He's off the chizzy for shizzy.
Oh,
for
God.
Canada.
He does it cheesy for cheesy.
Yeah, dude, it's Canada. It's like 6 years.
You got to watch Letterkenny to learn some of the Canadian lingo.
Is that a show? What is that?
Yeah, there's a show. Yeah, it's great.
Actually, it's a pretty good show, actually.
Oh,
great.
all right.
Now,
Have you ever heard Canadians say
Is Dingus a
cheesy.
deep gen from upcountry? Or do you
No, I
crap on
ain't
deep
like
gens from upcountry?
Stumpy already asked me there if I was like one of those guys from Letterkenny. I couldn't do it. Nah, I'm just not one of them. That's an Easterner thing.
Dingus, let me ask you your thoughts on the what are they? The Edmonton Inuits are going to be changing their name. So what are they?
Yes.
How
the
we
Edmonton
feeling about that
Eskimos.
up there? Yeah,
Alouettes, that wasn't even close. It was Eskimos.
I said Inuits. You fucking
He said Inuit.
Inuit. Oh my God, it's a non-racist term for
Good
Eskimo.
job, Shane. Go back to your dating app, dude.
Alouettes would
Swap
be the
left,
Montreal.
swap left.
Correct.
Jesus Christ, Darrell. Oh my God. Who is the most underrated safety in IDP, and why is it Darrell Pepper?
Sounds like he answered his own question.
I think he's wrong. I'm going to say it's actually Malcolm Jenkins.
If he plays.
Yeah.
He said he's feeling uncomfortable about playing in the
Who, Peppers?
Malcolm Jenkins.
Did he?
Yes, he
Well-
I mean, this is like 2 weeks ago. He said he might feel uncomfortable playing in the COVID world here with all the stuff. But
I don't think anyone's going to be playing, to be quite
I don't
honest.
think so either. I think it's all gonna, a lot of the, and even if
Your dirty mouth.
where it's a good answer.
at this point, I mean, how could it not? I mean, how could it start? I mean, especially like I said, even here in Florida, we got a curfew now starting today in Broward because the cases are just going crazy. So now we're on curfew. There's no way there's going to be sports here in South Florida.
Jordan,
What are you?
We're being told in Pennsylvania to go back to school with 600 kids. It'll be fine.
yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
They also decided that restaurants, hey, was that fun being open for 2 weeks, guys? Because we're going
That's
to
so
get back to 25%.
Yeah, we just found out here that they're not going to make our kids go back. They're doing virtual learning here in South Florida. Thank God, because I wasn't going to let Michael Jr. go back to school. No way.
Hey, we're getting offered the option here. Do we let them go back, or do they want to do the homeschooling, the virtual learning?
Yeah, no, don't let them go back.
So
Yeah,
Joey, the
that's
two
kinda what I'm
IDP guys, thinks Jordan Poyer is very
Right.
underrated.
We had a couple answers.
Yeah.
Jordan Poyer. We had Justin Simmons, as mentioned. Justin Simmons, yeah.
I'd go Jordan Poyer. He puts up big numbers.
Poyer's
Yeah.
EP is like third. I mean, like
Oh yeah.
15th, 16th safety. I mean, somebody maybe can look it up real quick on the IDP guys, ADP.
Sure, I'm right
I
on
mean,
that.
you could where you're going to get Jordan Poyer and what he gives you.
Yeah,
You're going to
Yeah.
get tremendous value. You really are.
And I don't know, Madden rankings, I don't put much stock in them, but the fact that they had Micah Hyde ahead of Jordan Poyer was ridiculous.
do you really
That's
listen to the
ludicrous.
Madden rankings though?
I see the
No.
tweets. They talk about it on Good Morning Football and stuff, and I
So
have
is
nothing better to do than watch
so is
it.
Micah Hyde still living off his draft capital, or not capital, but his draft type? Because I know he was the shit when he was coming into the league. We were
He's
all
still
for him.
really good, but Poyer's a better statistics
Oh yeah.
than Hyde. Hyde's still
Poyer could be a top 10 safety.
You know what's funny? A little earlier, Shane said a behind the scenes thing, and then he talked about the writers. A little behind the scenes thing about this. Shane just discovered group chat last week when we did the podathon, and now he's just obsessed with reading the chat and then reading the questions that people are saying. That's why he keeps doing this. All we keep hearing over at Dynasty HQ, we need our chat going. We need the chat going. You know, he's like obsessed with it now. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of distracting because I have to constantly kind of keep an eye on it. So
Yeah, think.
It's just really funny.
About time you done something.
What?
oh,
I said
please.
it's about time he done something.
All you do is show up with your perfect penmanship in your notebooks and
Oh my god, I hate you. You know
Start
what?
talking.
You kiss
why
my
you're probably listening to some music right now too.
So you have the same problems that I have with Shane when he's on the dating app and the real estate app and all that stuff when I'm asking him a question.
He's just
Well-
he's just doing this stuff while the show, like while he's talking, he's still listening to music and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't do that. I mean, you've never heard me listening to music.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're all talking about COVID, and Dingus is answering stuff about COVID, but he's writing it in the chat. He's saying, so you don't have any.
You know what? That's why the Philadelphia Flyers are in Toronto right now, trying to play some hockey.
Are they playing tonight? When's that come back? August 2nd?
Yeah, August. Baseball's next Sunday, and then I think there's a preseason or an exhibition game next Sunday night, and then basketball and hockey are back to back. I think it's July 31st and August 1st are the basketball and hockey dates, and I can't wait to watch something other than Korean baseball because. And
I'll tell you what, that solid 3 days of sports that we're gonna have before everything shuts down again.
DVR it all. I mean,
like I wish they would just play 24-hour shifts. You know what I mean? Like I don't even have to watch it all at once. I'll just be like, I don't know, I'll go watch that, in a week when the season shuts down again.
Oh, you mean we'll play a whole bunch of the games all in like a weekend, and then every weekend for like 5 weeks we'll just show a game we didn't know that it was already played. Yeah, like wrestling.
TNA tapes like 7 months out. It's cheaper that way. Sports, just play a whole season and then just slowly let it out,
and then just shut down.
It'd just be like a television series, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You go get the whole season out of the way. And then you just can go Netflix and binge and call it.
That would be so cool. We'll binge the 2020 football season in a weekend, and then we'll just sit back and wait for next year.
But you're forgetting.
I should have watched it all on one. I shouldn't have watched it all on a Sunday, dude. I should have waited. I should have spread it out. I didn't.
That's hilarious.
How does that work for fantasy though? You'd have to have your entire 17 weeks set. Or
you know what?
Weeks set, and then you would have to
Well, look, MFL does let you set future weeks, right?
You do.
Yeah. And Shane's response to that would be, well, that's a commissioner's problem. I don't fucking care. That's what Shane would say.
Fuck that guy. If he didn't want to deal with it, he shouldn't have been a commissioner. And he probably should have done it later.
It's just like with our show, we have 5 listener leagues, and I'm commissioning all 5 of them. And Shane's got, whatever.
And I commission both of them. And, we're wrapping up the startup. We have a rookie draft afterwards that we're doing.
Oh, really?
We do have a couple questions here. Of course, Darrell runs away. Where do you rank Kyrie Willis of the Colts in Dynasty? I have it as in like an LB2. I don't know exactly what number, but probably somewhere in the probably 15 to 18 range somewhere.
Look at Dingus's face. He's shaking his head. No way.
Dingus, what's up, man? Did you see an elk or
no? He doesn't like Kyrie. He doesn't like Kyrie Willis,
I guess.
I'm not a big fan of him, to be honest with you. I'm probably avoiding him.
What don't you like about
for the most part? I just don't think the opportunity is going to be there for him. You said you got him as an LB2?
No, a safety 2.
Yeah. I thought you said LB2.
No, he plays safety for the Colts.
Yeah, he's a safety. That's where the discuss. I was like, "That's your LB2."
That's why you thought you said it wrong.
Did I say it? I may have said it. I don't know.
Dan, I would have corrected you, and I was about to, except that I have no fucking idea who that is.
I was gonna say, there's no way you were gonna correct
him. Not a fucking chance that I was correcting that.
Darrell, thanks for coming back here. Kyrie Willis, what do you think?
Where's his eyes? Oh.
Who, mine?
Kyrie Willis, what do you think?
I just don't think you've got the big play potential in him.
Yeah.
You're looking for, you want to get that score, you want those interceptions, you want those turnovers, you want anything out of it. He had 53 tackles, and after that, it was basically nothing last year.
Yeah, he's an average guy. I think if you tackles are heavy, then he can give you a little upside, but impact plays like sacks or interceptions, stuff like that, forced fumbles,
really
you're not going to get much from him.
Week 8, though. Because Clayton Gaithers was still getting snaps at the beginning.
Yeah.
That tells you all you need to know.
I remember Clayton Gaithers. There's another guy that I read that I edited a draft profile on, and he's underperformed. I know that much.
Yeah, he's somebody I had on my roster like every year going, okay, this year he'll do it.
Yeah.
This
He's
year he'll do it.
Well, he keeps getting hurt is his big issue. He will have a few good weeks, and then he'll just get hurt and be gone for like 5 weeks. So.
And that's what kept me on the hook. The excuse in my head was, oh, well, he's hurt. When he comes back, he'll be good, you know? Plus, I always had him like cheap, so that's why I kept him on there.
And here's an interesting question, an offense and defensive question here. You have DK Metcalf or Nick Bosa.
Ooh.
Balance scoring?
But yeah, that's the thing. It's all based on the scoring, you know?
No, if it's balanced scoring, I'm taking Nick Bosa all day.
Well, yeah, balanced
All day long.
Well, but if it's balanced scoring or if the defensive scoring is more, you'd do that. What if the offensive scoring was more than the defensive players? Would you even consider it, or would you still take Nick Bosa?
So here's my thought on this. I'm taking Nick Bosa regardless. I think I could find a player who could contribute similar to DK Metcalf around later than DK Metcalf.
Yes.
I do not think I can find a Nick Bosa edge player to replace Nick Bosa's production.
And you know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
But
the position scarcity at that position makes Bosa more valuable than Metcalf. Because just like Dingus said, he can find someone close or comparable to Metcalf, but can you really find somebody that matches up to what Bosa can give you? I don't think you can.
No, you can't. Nick Bosa's a goddamn beast. I love Metcalf. I do love Metcalf, but Bosa is like, look, I don't know.
And he makes his brother Joey look like a chump.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say Nick makes his brother Joey look like a chump. Yeah.
Even as a Seahawks fan.
Come on, Dan. I know you want to say something, Dan. Come on.
Oh, if you shut up, I can.
Dan, you've got the mute button for once. You've got the power to mute.
Anyway, yeah, dude, I can just mute him. That's right.
That's so funny.
You know what? But you can't mute that. How about that?
Yeah, you could actually. I think you could turn your screen off.
Anyway, I can screen. Anyway, DK, I hate drafting Seahawks receivers because Russell Wilson does not care who is lining up. He really does not pick on one particular guy. So, I mean, I look at him and Lockett this year as, you're going to start one and then the other one's going to go off. And because I have them both.
Who would you take, though?
In the seek and just, Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa.
If you had to pick one of those, would you take Metcalf or Lockett?
Just pick one.
Metcalf or Lockett? I'm probably going.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to decide between those two.
He answered you.
What did he say?
I don't know. He answered while Darrell was still talking.
Yes.
I'm going to say right now, I don't think about. I'm not worried about. I get Dan's point about where Russell Wilson doesn't really lock on one receiver. I think that's more of a function of the fact that the offense doesn't throw enough. Because why would you when you have someone with that that talent at arm talent that can scramble and make plays on his own if he so chooses? Why would you do that?
Because we keep hiring these bonehead offensive coordinators that think you got to run the ball like 3 downs in a row, like through the entire first half, and then
I personally like the one that likes to throw on 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl and not run it. But hey,
oh God. And that was a great COVID image that went across the internet a couple weeks ago too. That whole the whole Russell Wilson throw.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, it made me chuckle.
We definitely we wanted Bosa down here in Miami, and his family wanted Bosa to play here in Miami, but it didn't happen. That would have been great.
That's unfortunate. Too bad.
Hey, I don't know. I know the weather's nice down in Florida, but I don't know if I want to anywhere near Florida right now.
No,
forever.
Oh well, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about when Nick Bosa was still. It was before the rookie draft. Because I
don't want any part of Florida. It can break off and float away for all I care.
Hey,
that's not supposed to happen.
Cipes would float away then.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Cipes can move, but the rest of them they can break off, float away, Cuba, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not happening right now. But so
yes.
Do you have another question?
That's
very awkward silence.
I know, and me as a regular host, the silence always kills me. I'm always like, oh.
Faith bringing
I
the
do.
heat.
Hey, Faith.
Nobody wants to play for the trash that is the Miami Dolphins.
Listen, I've been pumping up Faith, like saying how great she is, but no, I guess you're right.
You know
No, a
what?
lot
No,
of
no,
people do
no.
want to play here in Florida. It's just not necessarily for
Who?
what? I don't know any
You have
specifics.
some college hatred coming
You know
out.
what? I'm liking Faith more and more. Faith is awesome. I
Oh,
like her.
yeah.
Hey,
you're
wait,
not
where do you live?
anymore.
She says she lives in Florida.
Yeah, she's in
You
Florida.
volunteer loving a-hole.
Yeah, why don't you should go visit Faith Cipes? She's a good
Where?
girl.
Did she direct that at me? Am I
Hey,
volunteering?
definitely not
Directed
at
at you, yeah.
No, definitely not at anybody else in this room, so it's definitely you.
Well,
dude.
Daryl, I'm going to break this down for you. Are you a volunteering?
She's
loving
dead to me.
An a-hole. I think it's directly at you with your volunteer alliance, and yes, you are an asshole. So yes, it is directed right to you.
Oh my
You know,
god.
I'll take the a-hole compliment because nobody's going to beat me at that game. But don't you dare come at my balls. Don't even.
No, they're
That's your
great.
balls?
They are great. His Vols,
I
the
thought you said his
volunteers,
balls.
because
I
they
know.
always give up the SEC. Right? Isn't that why they're called the Vols?
Mute this motherfucker right in the bottom right hand
Well,
corner right now.
I'm just
Mute
saying.
him.
That's
Hey,
why.
Shane, come on, you got to give him a break. To give something away, you actually have to have it first.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, who
Roll
said
Tide.
Vegas is better than Hollywood earlier? Who was that?
That's just about everyone.
That was
Please.
Bob? Yeah.
Look at him.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
exasperating. See, Darrell, I'm not so bad, am I?
I hate
Hey,
you.
look, see, Jordan thought you said balls also.
Balls. Don't come at my balls.
That's it.
Balls.
Oh, Faith just said that you said she's dead to you, and she's like, I don't even know who you are. She's
You know, I liked her better when she was picking at Shane. I don't need this in my life right now.
He's already got a couple people picking at him.
Yeah,
You get
You
used
know
to it, man. That's how you build
You
build up your guard, bro. You
Thick
just
skin, man.
You know what?
yeah.
There's some
I'm
skin.
chugging this. I'm not listening to nothing y'all got to say after this point right here.
That's one thing that you learn.
But Shane,
And
you're from Philly. You're born with that thick skin to begin with.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we feel
Philadelphia
better.
area, you know, like
Yeah.
we're like Luke Cage, man. Unbreakable skin.
I'm pretty sure I went to a Philly hospital and the nurses were throwing snowballs at the kids in the infant
Yeah.
thing, right? They're toughening them up right from the get-go.
Yep.
oh my
So
god.
it was
That's
funny
funny.
because the doctor booed me as I came out of my mother's vagina, and
Booed you?
booed me. He was like, "Boo!" Oh, this is awkward. I'm an infant. I'm not.
And then he probably-
Drew.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a wild guess. He probably slapped you around a few times to make you cry, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're like, oh, I thought you just smacked my ass to make me cry, and he was like, "Shut up! I'll make a man out of you." Oh, all right.
That's
Everyone-
so telling about you, man.
Sorry, Darrell.
Uh,
Oh, you drink Budweiser?
hey, we're trying to get Budweiser to sponsor the show.
Oh, well, good luck with that. I've been trying to get Manscaped to
Yeah, we want Manscaped.
you.
Yeah, we want Manscaped to help us.
But
Yeah.
I've been going about it in a passive aggressive, like, I don't fucking like you anyway. So I'll kind of tweet at them like, I don't want their stupid goddamn sponsorship anymore.
Lawnmower.
Their product. It's a good product, though. I'm not going to lie. It's a very good product.
The Habs. Shouldn't you
Hey,
like?
we need to start.
Shouldn't you like Calgary up
these
there?
people.
Canada?
Whoa, what's that? What's he doing?
He's got hockey
Whoa.
jerseys back there.
Ah. Why do you hide the hockey
Fuck
jerseys behind the curtain?
Because it's a football
'Cause
show.
it
You don't need
sucks.
to see hockey stuff in the background.
Well, we see Dan's kids' stuff in the background and his wife's diploma. I mean,
Yeah.
you can show your hockey stuff.
It's my diploma.
That's right.
I
Dan
always
Foster
wondered
diploma,
that.
greater than his.
That's funny because I've seen you on a couple other shows and I always see that curtain behind you. Is that why you do it? Because you don't want your hockey stuff to be shown?
Unlike Madman, I'm not smart enough to know how to use a green screen yet. I don't know how to have his green screen.
Dude,
I just want to be like a floating head.
there's one button on this program to do that, so it's not that hard to do.
They're,
You know
the
what?
chat really does not like the Habs. Who are the Habs? The Canadians?
Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are they called the Habs?
Which I'm glad to say we'll never have to change our name.
The real reason why Dingus has the black curtain back there is so that like 20 kids don't come in and out of the shop. So
You have 20 kids?
No, I've only got 13.
Seriously, how many kids do you have?
13.
13.
Wow.
You didn't know that? So in Canada, they force you to have a lot of babies because there's a lot of open land up there.
No, I didn't know you had 13.
Yeah.
5% of our population is along the border. Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
2, it hits 40 below up here. There's things you gotta do to keep it.
That's funny.
Three, I have 8 kids and we foster 5. So that gives
that's
us our
awesome.
13.
That's great. I didn't know that. That's great.
But I don't need
wants to
people.
have a bunch of babies and then send them into the mountains so that they can what's the word I'm looking for? They can establish. What's it when you go somewhere and start a colony? What the fuck is that called?
Colonization. I don't know.
Yeah, like Mars. You know how there's no humans there, but we want to send them there. That's
Colonization.
They want to do that with a bunch of Canadians. Just send them to the wilderness and be like, all right, start a civilization there.
That's
we did that. We did that, but Wolverine is what resulted in the whole thing.
There you go.
Is that Les Habitants? Is that what the Canadians were called? Is that?
That.
That's my poor attempt at French. So
Yeah, wouldn't it be Lay? L-E? Wouldn't it
He
be
said less.
yeah,
wouldn't it be less?
Habitants.
It's not less.
I don't know. Are we talking about Les Miserables? Is that what's going on?
Hey,
I'm lost right
Talking
here.
about Warren's comment here. I guess is that the Montreal Canadiens here?
Yeah, he's still referring to the Canadians as Les Habitants.
Oh,
I'm just going to butcher it because I'm not French. And
Pioneer. Thank you, Jordan.
It's better than my sad attempt at French. So
So let me ask you guys this: why, if you were forced to play standard, or if you could only play standard IDP, I have no idea what I was going to
I
say.
was just going to say, what the hell are you talking about? So I know one thing. I heard there's a lot of people. So Hollywood, I heard that there's a lot of people trying to say that edge is a position for defensive players. What is your stance on that?
Fuck a bunch of edge. I ain't even a position. When have you ever heard he plays the edge position? No, he plays defensive end.
No.
He plays outside.
You hear that all the time. If you look at the scouting reports, they talk about edge. He plays D line or edge.
No, he does not.
It's I'll
3-4 year. No,
Yeah,
fuck you. You're stupid.
Exactly.
I ain't even talking to you right now.
That's Microsoft Office.
I am talking to you.
Hold on.
3-4, you're an outside linebacker. 4-3, you're a defensive end. There's no position called edge.
So, Darrell,
That's like unicorns and rainbows. That shit don't exist.
the term edge rusher, edge defender, or simply edge is a group of nomenclature. Don't know what that means. Designing a position in American gridiron football. Some analysts consider an edge rusher.
One fucking time Dan needs to mute somebody and he refuses. Fuck you.
Usually an edge rusher.
Fuck.
Usually an edge rusher is a defensive end in the 3, but in the 3-4, an edge rusher could be a linebacker. Ergo, ipso facto,
He
edge.
just said ergo. What the fuck has happened here?
The reason I brought it up is I know how much Darrell hates that. And it's so awesome that you're playing right along with it, Shane.
Edge is a position, first of all. It's a position because NFL coaches have called it a position. They call it the edge. You know, they talk about guys. And if Javon Curse was still playing today, he'd be called that's the position he would play. It's a 3-4 linebacker who clearly isn't a linebacker, and it's a 4-3 defensive end.
See, Darrell told you.
I hate you, you motherfucker.
Khalil Mack, Von
I hate
Miller,
you, Dan. I hate you. This is your fucking fault, you bastard.
Robert Quinn. Because Robert Quinn, Quinn's a good example here. Because
Trying to take
the Rams, he was considered a linebacker.
right.
For the Cowboys, he was considered a defensive end. He did the same exact job for both teams. And in Chicago, he's called a linebacker again, even though he's doing the same exact job, which is kill the quarterback. Just call them quarterback killers. I mean, that's kind of probably not PC, but I
But that would be a fun position name.
It would be.
Like, if
You
that was-
are the QB killer.
If that was the roster, like if that was in the starting lineups, it's like, oh, I got to start a quarterback killer this week. Then I might play more IDP. Then I might be like, you know what? Fucking this is kind of fun.
You know what? If the XFL was still around, then I would make a suggestion to them because they would name that position the QB killer.
How great would that be?
That's,
One quarterback,
They like to have fun.
One quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 quarterback killers, and an edge.
I love Edge.
The quarterback killer
Edge
is
is
the
the position.
guy.
Oh my God, I hate you all.
Well, Darrell, I mean, look, I understand. Look, Darrell, look, once upon a time, and you probably would have loved this, there was this thing called standard where they didn't give points. And, you know, and I'm sure for a certain segment of the population, they were like, this is good. This is simple. I can keep track of it. And then, you know, that kind of went away. And then, you know, Superflex came in vogue. And there was still a certain segment of the population that was like, but there's only one quarterback on the field at a time.
Except when they have Taysom Hill.
Things change, my friend. Things change. Just accept and love the edge.
You know why I hate the edge position? Because I feel like it waters down IDP.
No, it doesn't.
That's why I hate it.
I agree with you,
It does.
Dan. I don't think so.
No, because it would solve the issue with is this guy a defensive end or is he a linebacker? You just smush them together and it's a new position.
I think
And
giving
it's
the edge out
But you-
there,
and you
giving
can
edge.
Right? This is fake football. We make up stuff. We make up point systems.
Yeah, you're making
We
up
can
shit.
make up a position.
You can give, you know, look, we get full
After
point.
Cipes right now, and I could drive to Florida right now.
Look, on
I would
offense,
kick Cipes right in the fucking balls right now.
on different players, different types of players get different scoring, right? We set it up so tight ends can get 1.5 PPR or 2
When
points.
Shane sounds like he knows more than me. Jesus Christ.
And no one knows what you're saying. So can we mute him? He's
He said he wants to kick me.
and I'm being coherent. Thank you.
He wants
So-
to kick me in the balls, and he's upset that you sound like you know more than him.
Well, I do. But so on the offensive side of the ball, we have no problem with going, okay, a wide receiver's receptions are worth half a point. A running back's is worth a point. A tight end is worth a point and a half. You can do the exact same thing with the edge. Okay, a sack is only worth a point or whatever your scoring is going to be from an edge rusher, but it's worth 2 points from a defensive tackle or something like that. There you go. Problem's fixed.
There you go.
And we got to do that already.
on offense.
Defensive tackles, cornerbacks, we got to bump those things up so that makes it better for those positions. Because, I mean, honestly, some of your nose tackles aren't glamorous. So if they get a sack, it's a big deal. It's like when Ryan Griffin catches a touchdown for the Jets, which will probably never happen
I
again.
want to chime in here real quick. We already do this with offense. They're called flex positions. Right?
Yep.
You can play your running back in a wide receiver spot. So Darrell, you're still on mute, so I really don't care what you have to say here. But would you be more receptive? Would you be more receptive to the edge position if you could make a position where it was defensive end / outside linebacker flex kind of thing? Because that's basically what it is.
There's nothing wrong
No,
with
if
that.
you want to make a flex, I have no problem with that. No
He just
problem.
doesn't want you to call the flex edge.
I'm calling it an edge because that's what it is. I'm
It's
an edge.
not. God,
See, I'm an edge. Additionally, I respect that the edge came down. You got to respect the edge as like the original position. Just to call it a flex, I feel, is disrespectful to the edge position. Don't you, Darrell?
Hey, and I agree with Mason. It is fun to watch Darrell get all bent out of shape.
And all red faced.
I hate every last fucking one of y'all. Every last one.
Oh, I don't blame you.
My favorite part is I love watching Cipes laugh. I love Cipes laughing. He's starting to blend in with the paint in the background now.
Yeah, my face is all red. I was waiting to get Darrell all worked up about edge. I just wanted to do it.
See,
And I
this
knew
is what
Shane would
happened
play along.
when Shane was going, and I was on Dynasty Trades HQ. I was feeling just like I am now, and him and Madman, they just kept poking one from the other, and I was like, "Fuck you!" And the next thing I know, I got screwed.
Because when you've had like 12 or 14 beers, this is what happens.
This is shameful.
Yeah, most things are. I've learned it. That there's a reason that I'm 14 is the worst. I don't fuck around. Like I know what I am. And let me ask you about this. So you did bring up the nose tackle a second ago. So what about what's his face? The nose tackle that won't be a nose tackle that just joined the Eagles from Pittsburgh. Was it
Hargrave?
Hargrave.
Ron Hargrave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's going to play defensive tackle, although they have talked about swinging him out onto the edge as well. We think is he a sleeper in what do you call this thing? IDP?
Yeah, I would say so because he was pretty successful in Pittsburgh, even with playing, nose pretty much. So I mean, he has Fletcher Cox, Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham around him. So I mean, pick your poison of who you're going to double. The Eagles constantly get good line mates. They still have a couple people there. They got Malik Jackson still last year. So their line's going to have a nice rotation, which means those guys will be fresh throughout the game, which is kind of what you want. IDP, it's not the greatest because that means they come off the field with the rotations. But Hargrave is pretty effective even playing inside. I mean, playing in 4-3, you're moved out a little bit. He might still play over the nose, but.
So I don't know how to put these messages on the board, but Sean's got a very good question.
I was going to say, I like Sean's question as well.
Why does Darrell's eliminator not include edge positions? It can. Although it's on myfantasyleague.com, so I don't know if they don't really have an edge.
But they will by next year. We'll make sure that they have the edge position in MFL.
I wonder if Sleeper does. I mean, there's one way for Sleeper to kind of differentiate itself is just go.
Warren brings up a good point that the Eagles rotate too much, but would you rather have a guy that's in the fourth quarter gassed because he's played 60 snaps, or a guy that's fresh in the fourth quarter facing an offensive line that's gassed? You want your fresh play. You want to have a good rotation to keep those guys fresh, because the guys that have been playing 60 snaps a game, especially if you go to a place like Denver where it's hard to breathe anyway, that's why Denver has one of the best home field advantages, just because of that breathing. It's hard for people who even play there. Oh God, here we go again.
And Eagle defensive linemen, I think what's awesome about them is that they get everybody gets to play either tackle or end. They'll swing Brandon Graham on the inside, put Fletcher Cox on the outside, and they're going to do the same thing with Malik Jackson too, which is amazing when you think you got a 6'4", 320-pound edge rusher coming at you. And that helps their stats because I know sacks are probably king in IDP. I'm assuming.
Right.
So we have the Eagles linebackers here. Who is going to be Eagles' top linebacker? I've said TJ Edwards. I'm banking on. I think he's the best out of the group that they've got. They signed.
He's going to get the shot, but I'm not signing off Davion Taylor yet.
Nate Jerry, Davion Taylor's rookie coming in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The rookie they just got from wherever they got him from.
Colorado.
Yeah,
Colorado.
He's super raw. I mean, they're already tempering. They were tempering expectations the day after they drafted him, talking about, well, he's really good on special teams, and he just learned how to play. He just started playing football a few years ago. So
I think it's TJ
Edwards, I think it's TJ Edwards, and if Gary can't do it, then I think Taylor steps right in.
See, I don't think Taylor's going to step right in. I think it's going to be this year, especially. I think rookies are going to be because there was no practices in the spring, so they had
very true.
time on the field with the playbook, and coaches.
I think veterans have a definite. I think veterans have a definite advantage with this COVID thing. You're right, because anybody that's played prior to this, they have a little bit of a leg up on the rookies. But, I mean, really, if Jerry can't hold it, then what's to say don't put Davion Taylor in, especially if the Eagles are losing a few games, I mean, you got to get these guys in there somehow. You got to see what you got.
Well, here's the thing, that the Eagles linebacker is their least important position on the defense, and they treat it as such.
Very true. Very true.
They plow. Yeah, they plow resources into the defensive line, like Dan was saying.
Yes, they
and
do.
So much
But
so
they
that
play that wide nine, so that makes a lot of sense because that's not something you see everywhere. That wide nine, if you get the right guys, it can be lethal.
Right. And just so people, I mean, old school dudes don't think this is the Jim Washburn version of it, where it was Jason Babin's whole job was literally to run upfield after the quarterback. It's not that. It's definitely a more, it's what's his face? Damn it, I can't remember his name for some reason. The D coordinator he's a lot more damn it, what's the word I'm looking for?
Man,
It's a lot more structured. It's a lot more conservative than what Washburn was running out there, where it was literally everyone just get up the field after the quarterback and fuck your linebackers. Good luck, guys. But yeah, I mean, the Eagles just plow that money and the draft picks and the defensive tackles, and that's kind of what they've done as an organization for years. And linebacker has always, except for a few exceptions, has always just been like, all right, well, we're going to find 2 to 3 guys. And we'll just rotate them, see how they do, and if not, we'll just get some guy off the street, or whatever guy that's set up to play special teams.
Yeah. So Shane, I meant to ask, how's the new team search coming?
It was. I gotta be honest with you, it is harder than I thought, because there's a lot of scumbags.
We'll take you down here to Tennessee, bro. Come on.
But I want to get away from losing. And Mike Rabel is a rockhead, so I can't root for the Titans because he's ruined Corey Davis.
He ruined Corey Davis.
Is it me or does everybody else hear a female voice talking in the background?
No, that's you, bro.
Be quiet.
You mentioned something about the rookies not getting a chance, maybe because of the way with no rookie camps and training camps. We've talked about it on the show. Shane never likes to talk about IDP. So we talk about mostly the offensive players. So we say that it won't affect the running backs as much as it will affect the wide receivers and such. Is there any of the defensive IDP rookies that you think may not be hurt as much without having all these camps, or that will be hurt more because they're not having the camps?
So if you remember the last lockout, scoring actually went up coming out of the lockout, meaning the defenses took longer to recover than the offenses did coming out of when we had the last lockout. So there's going to be more of an adjustment period on the defensive side of the ball. And on the podathon, we kind of talked a little bit about that with Vincent Smith. He joined me at 1:00 in the morning on the podathon, where no one talked to me. It was just talking to Vincent Smith.
I watched that. That was great. Yeah.
But that's kind of what he said. He said the defense is going to take a little bit longer to adjust. Offense can get together. Quarterbacks can get into sync. Like Sam Darnold can go out there and get into sync with his receivers, but you need your front end to kind of mirror your back end on defense. And you can only do that during game action. So there's going to be that bigger adjustment for these defensive players stepping in. Now, going back to your Eagles linebacking question, one guy I think is a super dark sleeper that's not owned very often is former Calgary Stampeder Alex Singleton. Only because the Eagles, you're looking at guys like Jerry and Edwards and Riley aren't exactly the strongest linebackers out there. Alex Smith is a guy that's not owned. You can put him on your roster as a kind of a flyer, and he is good enough to play. The guy's like Captain Caveman out there, and he's in the system.
And they liked him. They really did like him. He's a guy that they did really like. I think if I remember correctly, I don't think he made it out of training camp last year. I think he was one of the last cuts, but they almost immediately brought him back when they could.
They brought him back, and right now I think he's penciled in, as third in line at outside linebacker behind Jerry and Jatavius Brown, which isn't exactly competition, so to speak. Guys who haven't really done nothing. Jerry put up stats, but he's not a good linebacker in my opinion.
Yeah,
he could easily be passed. I think that's where you're going to see these rookies in 2-3 years from now. We talked about Davian Taylor, but he only started playing football. He wasn't even allowed to play football until grade 12. It was one of those things that his mother kind of said, no, you're not playing football because of their belief system. And finally he was able to play in grade 12. So
my
he is incredibly raw.
Play football, the foosball.
Yeah, he was. I believe I could be wrong. He's either a Jehovah's Witness or Church of the Latter-day Saints. I forget, but definitely one or the other.
I like Troy's comment on the screen right now. I'm sorry that you get upset, dude. It's just I did not have fun when I had the one league that was on that app, and I'll never do it again. But it's not because I'm old.
No, it's definitely because you're old.
It's
if
not.
If anyone's ever seen our show, so this is part of the reason it took us so long to live stream.
You need to call Cipes pop.
Cipes every once in a while will just wander off because he forgets where he is. So we're like, well, how do we account for this on the video? And we're like, well, fuck it, it's just going to happen. And then we deal with it during the show. He wanders off. He comes back with no pants on, and we're like, all right, well,
pants on. What are you talking about?
No, today you do. I'm going to say you must have slept in.
Put those bare ass feet away. Bare ass feet.
So in all fairness, we have differing views on Sleeper here. We have,
yes, and
what sucks about Sleeper is DL. You can't, and I even messaged Sleeper about this if they were going to have defensive tackles and cornerbacks, and they said, yeah, we're going to have it, and then never happened. So, it's a pain. But go ahead, Cipes. You were saying.
No, I just think it's funny that Troy said all that. But I mean, there's a lot of little things that I don't like about it. But see, now Faith says it's better than MFL.
So it's definitely
no way, Faith. That's a lie.
But here's the thing. So MFL, obviously, I'm pretty much a slave to it because that's where I started. And once they get you in, it's kind of like Apple. You're like just stuck in their little.
Hey, Apple's great.
Mm-hmm.
No,
but what I will tell you is Sleeper. You know, there's a few things that turn me off on it about it, but they've really made improvements to their setup, especially the trading. They have the cool thing where you can like players on other teams, which I think is fucking phenomenal. You can counter now finally, and you always have the ability to do 3-way trades, which. Just like I can't seem to rope two women in at the same time, I can't walk a 2-way.
I knew you were going to wrap it into real life. I knew you.
As soon as that number 3 pops up, I'm like, I can't figure this out. There's too much going on. When do you just got to leave? That's how I feel about 3-way trading. But you know, it's still cool that it's an option for those that can figure it out.
Yeah, somebody liked my my Patrick Mahomes. Said I'm interested in Patrick Mahomes, and I just laughed at them. I said, "You're giving me your whole team."
What were you saying, Matt? Or Dingus? Sorry.
If who the hell's Matt?
I know. I forgot. I'm not supposed to say Matt. I'm sorry.
So
if Matt you speak of.
If MFL wants to compete with Sleeper as late as would they be able to put like a function where they can like swipe the player to the left or something?
That would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you because.
Troy.
It's addictive. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to lie. It's addictive. Swipe.
Troy is on you, Cipes.
Troy just said, of course, old ass Cipes prefers Apple. Oh my god. I've always been Apple, yes, and it's not because I'm old.
That's what they do, though. Apple gets people like you in, and then you can't figure out how to get out. So then you're stuck with them the rest of the
What do I need to figure out? It's way better. Every one of their products are way better. There's nothing to figure out.
No, it's not.
Joe's telling you, I can't even get into
their operating system, except for their operating system, which you know is pretty important.
I was just gonna say,
and their phones actually not being that good, and their phones not getting updates. But other than that, no, you're right. And I mean, they do steal absolutely everything they can from Android and 6 years after the fact, and then claim that they invented it.
All right, whatever. Listen, all my shit
Apple
works.
I like is Crown Royal Apple. That's the only Apple I like.
There you go.
I don't know. Troy's just on me all night now. That's like the fourth one he's wrote something about me.
Troy.
So I'm anti-Apple. I can't figure out the Apple system at all.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Faith.
No faith. No, Faith.
Thank you, Faith. All right. Awesome, Faith.
What did Faith say? I'm sorry.
She said Apple's better than Android.
Well, she's
you
wrong.
know what? I used to like her, but here in the last 5 minutes, her stock has went way up.
Hey, listen, everybody.
You'd be trading Faith right now.
People like what they like,
would
and
be.
it works
I
that
would
way,
be.
you know. And I can't believe you guys are all telling me you don't hear this other person talking.
Dude, I hear people talking all the time, but I don't say it out loud.
Because I hear it too. I hear every time there's a lull, you can hear there's somebody talking.
Darrell probably
That's just someone's television.
could be.
I guess it's yours, huh?
Mine?
No, you're in a
what?
garage.
Do
You
what,
don't have
man?
I'm a
TV in there.
garage, dude. I don't have a television in here.
If
I know
it's
Dan's got
anybody, it's
something.
got to be Darrell's.
What? What did I do? I'm sitting here minding my own damn business.
By the way, we are obligated every show to play this at least once.
Uh-oh.
We talked about Malcolm Jenkins earlier. I forgot to
Yeah.
So,
Did you say you're in a Last of Us 2 fantasy league?
Yes.
What is Last of Us? Is that the show on NBC?
No, it's a video game. It's a video game on the
I've never played
PlayStation.
it, but yeah, somebody left in the second round, so they needed somebody, so I jumped in and drafted. So.
Oh, because I love that game, and I heard you say that you're in the Last of Us.
I've never played it, so
It's a great game.
I don't get. I just know that's the name of it. Is what it is. We're actually wrapping that up. That was a 50-55 round, I think.
Oh wow!
It's a league. It's on Sleeper, which my Sleeper alert stopped working halfway through the draft, so I missed it.
Oh, but it's so good though, guys.
What, did you
Sleeper's so
turn your
good.
alert off? That might be it.
No, my settings did not change. I had to. Their recommendation was to delete the app and reinstall it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, because that always helps.
it apparently did, but it's just annoying to have to delete an app. And
Yeah.
I mean, what's that take? 4
Backward.
seconds? What's wrong with us? You know, when I was a kid,
Oh my
we didn't even
God.
know what a fucking app was. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, yeah,
an
it's
app,
like,
was, an app was some mozzarella sticks. That's what an app was.
You know,
Exactly.
and it's funny 'cause
Oh,
we've
man.
been-
Some
been-
loaded, speaking of apps, some loaded baked potato skins.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That would be
Darrell's
fucking
always
great
got
right
like the
now.
baked potatoes with everything on it.
But it's so funny to think that you're upset about having to delete and reinstall an app. And when we were doing, I know Shane, we talked about this before, when we first started doing fantasy back in like the 90s,
Yeah.
we had to wait for the fucking newspaper to come out on Monday morning and Tuesday morning to get the Monday night stats. And we
You
had
had the
to
newspaper ink all over your hands.
Yeah,
You're like
and
highlighting shit like,
I had
oh,
to-
that's the wrong fucking player.
Exactly, and because I was commissioning back then, and I had to fucking add everything with a calculator and all that crap. So to have to
Man.
re-download an app, it's not that big of a deal.
You know what? I don't have to delete an MFL app because there is none. I just use my browser.
That's right. I never use the apps either. Yeah, I use the browser too.
The apps aren't actually
but
from
when the-
MFL.
No,
so
Right,
not.
they're
people
third
always
party.
say, like,
But,
Yes.
they
but
always
really,
say, oh,
wasn't
the
that
app.
some
I'm
of the
like,
best days, though?
It was.
Back in the day when you had the newspapers and you're writing shit out and you're
It
making
was
your own
cool
thing.
because
Not
because.
cool.
Yes,
No,
it
it was cool because you're watching football with your friends and everything. But back in those days, they didn't tell us the stats. We didn't know shit when we're watching
Right.
it. So they
How's
wait
that
for
fun?
Right.
I
what?
fucking love it now. Now my brain, like, I can't even look at stats without computing them to fantasy points.
Yeah,
Like,
but then you
immediately. I
But
love
then you get Jeremy, who Jeremy says he doesn't even watch the professional game as much because he likes the college one better, and then he waits for the stats to come out. Like, I'd rather watch the game and then get the stats. But what he's saying, of course, it's much easier now. But what he's saying is it was fun to wait till the next day to finally see the exact numbers
Wasn't
and all that.
okay.
kind of stuff.
So apparently none of you have OCD.
No, I don't.
It was fucking torture. I hated that shit. Trying to figure it out, like watching ESPN fucking primetime because that was the only show you could watch. And you're like, wait, I missed the score again. I have to watch that show for the 6th time after I just missed what happened in the
No.
Detroit Buffalo game again.
You know what?
Good, go.
I'm with you, Shane, because I'm telling you, every Monday morning on my way to work, I would look for that USA Today because it had
Yep.
the detailed stats.
They had the
and
best
if I could not get a USA Today before I went to work, I was out of hell. I mean, I was freaking livid if I had to wait till that afternoon when I got off work to get that. And
You know
my
what?
co-owners and Dan is in this league with me, man. They'd be hitting me up. What's the score? I don't fucking know. I didn't get a USA Today. God damn it.
Sean's got a good question, though. We should put Sean's question up because I actually know the answer to this because I'm fucking smart. We can't
because
have
somebody
corrections
told
on Tuesday because the NFL doesn't actually do them until Wednesday or Thursday.
Correct. So that doesn't make
Hey,
you
rewatch
smart.
your
You just happen to know the answer. That's all.
Wait, isn't that like the definition of being smart, like knowing the answers to things?
No, it just means you know the answer to that one specific question.
Okay. Real quick, Faith called one of you guys a boomer earlier, and I found
That
that
was probably me, I guess, because I'd delete my app and reinstall it.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not
Sure
me.
as hell
so-
wasn't me.
Yeah, I ain't no boomer
You
either.
drop Faith. You drop Faith.
But yeah. So good time to talk about Dingus. Where can they find you and your work in case they're listening?
You can find me in Canada, eh?
in Canada, in Medicine Hat, obviously, we've established, but
I want to so you can take off, hey? What are you talking about? Again, you can catch dynastyvipers.com. A lot of my stuff's over there.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I do a lot of the layouts, I guess is the best way to put it now. I kind of got away from the writing and kind of manage the site more than anything. Took a little bit of a break after we put that magazine together for IDP guys and DFD. Needed a little bit of a break to recharge. I'm not like Darrell where I could pound out 12 beer and 12 articles kind of thing. So,
And that's the ratio.
he's an FS
1-for-1, man.
WA writer. It doesn't even write.
Yep, I got my FSWA, Fatty Sports Writers Association. I got all that. I'll be honest, I don't like writing. I hate writing.
That
I don't mind editing as much now. I don't mind the editing as much as the writing itself. Once I get going, though, it's a different story. But as far as actually getting yourself motivated enough, like I know when we got going with the magazine, next thing you know, I think I did 54 of the draft profiles I put together in those two magazines. Once you get going,
writing anymore.
Yeah,
because you cranked out 54 of those.
Yeah, it burnt me out. I'm not going to lie. It burnt me out, and I needed to take a little bit of recharging. We're hoping to fire up the Vipercast again here. Calvin and Hobby and myself. I'm going to have to try and remember how to use StreamYard again. It's been a while since I did that. And then, like Shane was trying to explain about cutting the audio and making wave files and all that fun stuff.
what he's talking about. He was just he was saying what I do, not what he does. He has no idea.
If you need help, just hit me up, dude. I got you. So what you do is someone sends you the link.
No. He has no idea.
Link.
Well, no, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about too, because you go to YouTube, you rip the audio, you convert it over to an MP3, and then you go to like Audacity or something like that, and you convert it and you edit it and all this fun stuff, and you put it onto Podbean or wherever.
Shane is the greatest ever.
Hashtag Team No Edit. You don't edit anything. You just throw it up there.
Fuck that. I edit for hours, man.
Treat it like it's live. That's how I roll. I can't sit there for hours listening to Darrell stumble.
Well, yeah, in fairness, I mean, Cipes gets to listen to the genius that is me repeatedly. So if I was him, I would take my time too, because you savor shit like that. That's basically fucking art.
Cipes makes him into the genius that he is by the way I mold the show into what you get to hear when we upload it.
My biggest thing. So when I go into the program for editing, I don't look to edit things out. I try and get rid of those gaps, those awkward silences that we all know come on the show. So I take those right out. I see that line come across the screen, like you're dead. I take that, I cut that right out, and I throw that out. I don't even really listen to the show a second time.
That's all you do? The straight lines out?
Faith is the greatest.
I
love her.
I plug in my music, my intro music off the top, and I take out any other silences That's
See,
pretty much my editing.
It's funny because I know a lot of people keep saying they don't do it, and then I just spend a lot of time doing it. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Do it.
And then the best part of it all is I don't even think anyone listens to the audio anyway. So I'm putting all this work in, and I guarantee you, no, I got like 6 subscribers to the channel.
Aww.
Nobody's listening to the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might get a few more people watching it live on Periscope or YouTube. No one's listening to the MP3 version or whatever. So I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I listen to that MP3 version.
For our show, we get a good like hour and a half, I guess, of a show, and then I edit it down to about 50 something minutes. Yeah, but I also move some things around sometimes and do it. And I hear all these people that they'll say they don't do anything, and it's just like, for me, since day one, we've been doing it for over 2.5 years. I've always just wanted to shape it the way I've shaped it. So I've just always done it that way. I know it takes a lot longer than most people, but I don't even really think about it. I
gotta listen to this goddamn show sometime. I don't know what the fuck you're making me say.
Dude, I
normally, we start around, I guess, 8:45, 9 o'clock, and Darrell goes on and on and on. So we end up with an hour and a half a show.
Yeah.
And by that time, it's like 11 o'clock, and I am not staying up till like 2 in the morning.
I don't really sleep
like 5:30 when I actually have to like go into work. So
yeah, I don't sleep that much, and I don't mind doing it. I definitely do the editing though at night, like when everybody's asleep or whatever, and I don't mind doing it. I've always liked to do it. Troy just said he edits a lot too. I do find a lot of shows, like we guest on a lot of shows, and a lot of people tell us, "Oh yeah, no, we don't edit, we don't whatever, don't worry about it," you know. And and it's nothing. I just always have done it, and I like doing it, so I'll keep doing it, you know.
Yeah. So next week on the show, Kyle B will be with us. Bellefeuil, as I got correct last week.
Hey, you got it, Bellefeuil. Good job, Dan. Yay! I don't know how you fucked his name up, but god damn it, you did.
Whoa! What the?
I hate auction drafts. I hate them.
Oh my god! You were just like yelling at your screen. What happened, man?
Dingus and I are in the same auction, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
So who did you get outbid on?
Everyone again. Now back to 12 hours until I can bid.
See, you know what? Going back to what you guys were talking about like the newspaper and all that kind of stuff, auctions back in the day were so much better too. We were all in the same room. We're all yelling bids. We're all doing everything. And then somebody wins. This 12-hour bullshit where people wait and then they redline you with a minute left I fucking hate it. I would much rather do auctions in person. Man. The in-person auction was always the best, man.
Well, you know, as part of my home league, we've always had a free agency period that was blind bid auction. We introduced a live auction, and actually I have a stack of fake money laying over here that I give everybody, like we have fantasy dollars. And I give them exactly how many fantasy dollars they have, and we literally like turn the money in so we can so nobody like goes over their budget, because some people would just be like $100 and they have like 5 in front of them. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we do that right before our draft. We combine it into one day. We used to have 2 separate days. But we're also going to have, if Darrell can contain himself, Zach in the chat here. He's going to join us next week. And Alex Moreno, the FF Football Hustler 420, I believe was his handle. Yeah. He'll be joining us next week. And we had him on IDP Nation the other day. Had a lot of fun. Darrell, I think you did a mock draft with him the other day.
Yeah, it was crazy. 2 quarterback mock draft. I didn't take a second quarterback till like oh my God, it was so late. I just kept rolling the dice and it worked out. It was way down there, like 15th, 16th round. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
So who'd you end up getting as your second quarterback?
Actually, I got my second quarterback was Sam Darnold, and I kept waiting. I was like, really?
Sam Darnold hate.
At that value, I mean, I know he's not the best, but damn, at that value, good God. Because I got Deshaun Watson like in the 4th. So
So Troy's referring to Shane here. He makes you sound smart or drunk, Shane. Depends on the week.
He's talking about me editing the show. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I blacked
Shane's
out for a
good
while.
people.
We stopped
I just
talking
have
about
to say
me, so I
Shane is-
stopped listening.
Yeah. See, that's what happens when it's not about Shane. He mutes it and he starts doing something else.
Yeah, what? Yeah, thanks, Troy.
Don't pick at Shane. He's good people. He really is.
And
Yeah,
here's your
we know, Darrell. We know how excited you were that Shane was going to be on tonight. We
Yeah,
understand.
fuck
Ryan-
Shane. Fuck
Ryan
Shane.
Tannehill was his second quarterback, I bet.
Daryl,
Oh,
if
Jesus
you're taking
Christ.
Daryl, if you're
Whoa,
taking
whoa,
Ryan
whoa, whoa,
Tannehill,
whoa.
if you're taking Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, is that giving you a bit of an edge on the competition?
Ooh,
I don't know
there you
because
go, Dingus. There you go.
Oh,
Way to wrap it up going
First of
into
all-
the end of the show. Good job.
I like it.
each and one of you all, and first of all, I don't own Ryan Tannehill in any damn league that I own, and I'm in
Yeah, you should listen to Bob Lund because he said he's one of the most consistent quarterbacks.
Hey, whatever Bob says. If Bob
That's
says
it, I'm
grab
done.
someone, I'm looking for him.
I'm freaking done. I'm done. Shane, good night. Love you,
Good night.
Shane.
Good night, Daryl. See you later.
My
Bye.
brother Darrell. This is my other brother
Damn
Darrell.
it.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know what that is.
That's going to cost you $1.
There's a does Dingus? Do you know what that's from? Darrell, my other brother Darrell, and my other brother Darrell. Because I know.
No, he probably don't. I know.
Yeah.
We don't let Canadians watch in Newhart, do we? That's an American fucking treasure. They don't have that
That's
right.
right. Screw
We
you.
fought. I'll have you know.
Don't
we
be
fought
watching
a
our
war-
shit.
Yeah, we fought a war of independence against the crown just so we could watch Newhart and not have to share it with you.
Was
That's right.
was it actually called the Bob Newhart show though?
It was, yes.
Was that
Yeah.
the new Bob Newhart show? The one that was when he was in the.
Yeah.
Bob Newhart, damn it.
I'm sorry.
This
even
and my
watching that as
brother
a
Darrell.
7-year-old, you were like, "Holy shit, this is hilarious!"
No, it's not. It's really not hilarious.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Christ, you motherfuckers. God damn it. I hate every last one of you motherfuckers.
So Dingus got to plug his thing. So how about you, Shane? Where can people find you?
This is Madman's fault. I
Hi.
blame Madman for every bit of this shit because he's not here tonight.
Not even here.
Why would that make a difference?
know.
What would he?
Larry, Darrell, and Darrell was the actual.
Yes. Hi, my name's Larry. This is my brother Darrell, my other brother Darrell. You know what? Fuck off.
And she's correct. It was not Darrell. Darrell. It was Larry, my brother Darrell, and my other brother Darrell. Thank you. Faith is like.
God damn it, Shane. That's
So
what
Dan,
I just
Dan,
said.
way
I was
too young.
helping you, Dan, try to wrap everything up. Is what
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
trying to do. You know?
So I'm not going to pimp. So I'm on the. I'm on,
40 minutes.
Yeah, Cipes will tell you I'm on the Dynasty Trades HQ with him and our co-host, or erstwhile co-host at Madman at Twitter.
I'm disappointed in Madman. I was expecting him tonight. Guess what? No show.
So you got me and Shane instead. Sorry about that, man.
Love you, Cipes. Love you, Shane. You know what, Madman? I know you're going to listen to this shit. Eat poop. There you go.
Okay. Also, super flexible with our buddy Swags. Well, just Swags because Two Drinks refused to come on with me. I go on there about once a month. And trade. Just me and Swags though. Like Two Drinks is like, no, I'm good. And then have a YouTube show with my buddy Scott Connor. We do Manic and Chill, and our second episode just dropped tonight on the Dynasty League Football YouTube channel, and I'm a writer for Dynasty League Football.
Cool.
And that's it. That's all I do.
Sounds good.
That's all I do.
Yelling at you for being stupid.
God damn it. I love you,
brother
Shane.
Darrell.
Beautiful
My
fucking
brother
bastard.
Darrell. He's my other Darrell.
How about you, Daryl?
can't
Where
even
can we
be
find
mad.
you?
God damn, you can find me every fucking way, okay? You can find me at Hollywood Titan on Twitter. You can follow me at King Titan 1 on Reddit in the IDP sub and Devi IDP sub. You can follow me at the IDP guys. That's where I do my writing. IDP Nation with that goofy looking fucker up there in the left hand corner. Dan, love you, fucker.
It's over that. It's over that way.
Left, right.
Hasn't figured that out
How
yet.
about that?
Yeah.
How about that? This way.
We're kind of
Um,
new to this video.
Yeah, me and Dan, we do a daily IDP grind called Dig with our buddy Eric. If you're really freaky and like the
Hey now.
ID, well, easy, Shane, easy. God, Dan, take over. I can't.
I already just threw that wrong.
Anyways, we record that
I can't even.
weeks with college football being in question. We're going to discuss a little bit of that, and I don't really know what we're talking about on Sunday, but we'll have an episode for you for Monday
I
morning.
don't know what I'm talking about right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No one knows what you're talking about
no
right now.
clue what you're talking about at this point.
I hate all of y'all but Shane. Shane, I love you, man. You're the greatest. I love you, man.
Zach's going to keep a tally. You know what, Zach? You need like a
your
whiteboard.
second line, Pop-Pops.
You need like a whiteboard up here, and just every time, just.
You know, I'm thinking about that. I'm gonna get a whiteboard, but it's gonna be entertaining if I get one. Let me tell you.
Like Woody
Oh, my
Page
God.
on around the horn.
Oh God, dang! No, me and a whiteboard plus beer. That's gold.
How about you, Dan? Where can everybody find you?
I write at IDP Guys as well. IDP Nation is our main flagship, I guess, of what we're doing here. We talk about IDP.
I want a flag that says IDP Nation so I can wave it.
I guess I got to be here. Coming up this week on the show, we have Chris Robin at Destroyed Beastie. I think he was maybe in the chat a little bit earlier.
Z-Mags. Oh, shit.
I'm muting you. There we go, so I can finish speaking. Anyway, he'll be joining us to talk some IDP. I forget what we're going to talk about, but we'll have an IDP topic to discuss. Last week's show, we discussed linebackers and safeties. We are kind of, this off season, we need to get some new information. We need to get training camp started so we have stuff to do. And Faith says, Darrell has been all over the board with who he hates and loves tonight. Are you drunk on horse piss?
Oh, gosh. Faith is really going.
You know what they drink in Tennessee?
Is that what it is? So I don't know how I ended up asking everybody, but
you did. You put on your host cap that you're used to wearing. So
for me, you could find me over at Dynasty Trades HQ with Shane and Jeremy, and also on Twitter at FF Blitz. And I have a pop culture thing coming out soon that I'm going to be doing. So it'll be a new podcast with that too. So that'll be coming out soon, and I'll let everybody know when that's ready. Yeah.
Are you actually going to invite? Are you going to invite me to that one? Or
There's a lot of. It's really fun. Matt, I keep saying Matt. I'm sorry. Dingus and I have this thing going on the internet where he always says that we don't invite him on our show, and then I always laugh at him. But actually, for that one, I will have you on there because we could talk some pop culture in Canada. That'll be awesome. So
I'm pretty sure I'm banned from that.
Yeah, there is a show that we do every once in a while with Darrell and Katie Flower and Jeremy. It's hot takes and cold beers, but I don't know about that one for a while.
Great.
But it's just kind of a drinking show. But yeah, so I'll let everybody know.
Katie is the bomb.
Yeah, Katie's the best. Katie is. It's
always
always awesome to have Katie on her show. So, but and you can find us on Dynasty Trades HQ. We've got a lot of guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. It seems as though we take a break every 2 weeks. I mean, every 2 months, and not have a guest. But then most of the time we have a guest every week. So check us out over there.
yes.
yeah, it must be a big guest list.
I think I saw his guest list. I think you're going to be on February 31st of 2021.
It's going to be a running joke for us for years to come, man. So
I mean, we'll never have him on.
It is awesome. I love interacting with him on Twitter about it. So, but thanks for having us on tonight. We had a lot of fun with it. And Jeremy says thanks too, even though he couldn't be here tonight.
Yes. Yeah,
I don't
Jeremy.
believe that. He wasn't here. I don't believe that.
Jeremy and I co-own a couple leagues together, so we are we actually co-own pretty well. I know that when Shane co-owns, he ends up making trades, and Cipes and Jeremy have no clue.
And I look, there's only like I think 2 leagues now that the 3 of us are together and stuff. But yeah, it's all good for me. I'm fine with it. No
I
worries.
remember last off season, you guys were in a league, and I don't think you and Jeremy even knew you were in the league until like week.
Oh no,
2.
yeah, we're still in that league. We don't know anything about it. Shane didn't tell us till like week 10 that we were in it. But yeah, that was a good one. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
You know what? I may give Shane the keys to my MFL rosters and just tell him to go blow shit up.
All right.
No,
Only do the ones you want to lose in, dude.
No, but think about it. Think about it. What's the one thing? I know I'm guilty of this probably as much as anybody with my dynasty rosters of hanging on to guys too long. You know, my guys that you just don't want to let go. Sometimes maybe you need someone just to go in there and just blow shit up.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, Shane, maybe that could be a new job for you. You want your team blown up?
There you go, Shane.
Wasn't even listening.
I'm
sorry.
Hashtag
Yeah,
team
I
blown
gotta
up.
blow things up. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's already moved on. But again, thank you very much for having us. We had a lot of fun with you guys tonight.
Yes, thank you.
It was fun, and we don't have much going on in the chat, so I don't know. We can hang out and see if there's a couple more questions. We started wrapping up, but
when you asked Dingus, so I thought you were wrapping everything up.
we had some empty space, so I figured I'd throw out some stuff out there to try to get some questions. But
Fire away.
So Darrell, Ryan Tannehill QB1.
Jesus Christ! Why do we even? God.
You know what?
Damn it.
You know what? I know
No,
a few of us here.
no.
We're in the SFBX tournament that's going on, and Tannehill is a pretty hot
I'm
commodity
not.
for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
I'm not an
SFBX. 2 of us were shunned this year. So.
Oh, you guys
Me
were? Really?
and Dan are like the redheaded stepchild. Nobody loves us.
Oh.
Yeah, we got shunned. So
Darrell, do you ever think that maybe nobody loves you because you go around loving one person 1 minute and then moving on to the next?
As
You know
Frank
what? I
pointed
don't
out.
think-
Yeah, I think you've loved each
You know
and
what?
every
I
one of
don't-
us at least for 2 minutes tonight.
No, I've hated you and I've hated Dan equally. Cipes, he's kind of there. Shane, he's the one guy I kind of love hate.
it's a
You
Minshew
know,
or
I kind of hate him
Tannehill
for a
right now.
minute. Fuck.
All right. Well, you guys have a great evening. We appreciate you having us on.
Yes. Thank you.
Us. I thought it was just you, Shane.
No, I let Cipes talk this week.
I love
you
you, Papa.
guys take care. We're gonna love you. We love
All
you.
right, Shane.
Bye.
Bye, Shane.
Bye.
See ya.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
He can't. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
He done said, peace, I'm out, bitches.
He did, yes. Minshew or
He
Tannehill?
did. He's like,
He taken.
damn it, Dan.
He taken. You hate Jacksonville, and you suppose.
No. You say it right. Say
Well,
it
I
right.
do say it right. You just are a hater. That's
No.
all.
Okay. You're going to give me Tannehill or freaking Minshew?
Yes. Who would you rather have?
First of all, I hate Sucksonville. So I'm taking Tannehill if I have to.
You play too much with your team
No,
loyalties here.
fuck you. God damn it. You're stupid if you think freaking Gardner's
I'd rather have
motherfucking mustache Minshew, whatever he's
I
You
just
know
said
what, though?
I'd rather have
Minshew,
Tannehill.
over 14 games last year, Minshew had the 5th most rushing yards amongst quarterbacks. And if you add 2 more weeks
Loser.
to that, you're looking at a lot higher output fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
So I think
Loser.
there's value. And then Tannehill on the flip side, while he was consistent, he only was making 20 passes a game, right? So
Yeah.
I think the higher upside is clearly Minshew on this one.
And if you look at it,
if you're looking at fantasy, it probably is Minshew.
but isn't that
Really?
pretty much what we're supposed to be doing? Isn't
Yeah,
all
I
of
mean,
this supposed to be mostly fantasy? So if you're
I
looking
get
mostly
that.
in fantasy, then Dingus is right. You know, it would be that
He
way.
is.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, if you're looking at Tannehill, they want him to manage the game. And Dan and Dingus are being assholes to me because they know I hate Tannehill. But
Trubisky
the key to Tannehill is feeding Henry 30 times a game because that's where they win.
They're
just want Tannehill.
They're going to kill him anymore. They just signed him for 4 years.
Oh, don't worry. They're going to feed.
If he was in the 1 year franchise deal, I'd say he'd get like, I don't know, 450 carries.
You're
Derrick Henry doesn't do
They're
nothing
going to
until week 8,
feed
week
that
9
big
anyway.
bastard. They're going to feed him, and he's going to turn Marcus Peters. He's going to turn AJ Bouye. He's going to stiff arm those motherfuckers straight to hell, and he's going to run for 3 times. The Sucksonville, he owns them, dude. He is going to stiff arm those motherfuckers to hell and back.
Is this before or after week 9?
It doesn't matter. If we're playing Sucksonville, he owns them. No, it does not. He owns Sucksonville. He owns them.
But that's also if we make it to week 9, though. That's the main problem.
See, Cipes, why you got to do that? Why you got to be such a negative Nancy? That's what you are. See?
No, I'm not negative at all. But I was.
Yeah, you are. You don't make it to week 9. God damn.
Somebody's going to need subtitles.
Darrell. Darrell, can you please tell me what Derrick Henry had for rushing yards week 3 against the Jaguars last year?
Ooh. Yeah, Darrell.
Oh, see, that's not even cool.
Henry's run.
No, but
if you want, I got the answer in front of me. I can tell you.
There you go, Dingus. What is it?
He had 17 carries for 44 yards.
So here's an interesting. Trubisky or Minshew? Zach says Trubisky is better than Minshew. I don't know about better.
No.
Trubisky doesn't even start. Trash Bisky is going to have to, I don't know, have a good preseason.
Minshew's got the better stash. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. But it's true, though. All of this really, no matter how much we love football or we love fantasy, all of this should be based on fantasy. That's what you should be looking at, you know? So even you, Dan, you made that joke about Darrell just always going with his Tennessee guys and everything, you know? You can't just base it on that, though. It has to be based on what fantasy production you're going to get out of these guys, whether you like them as a real player or not.
I have plenty of Cardinals, Rams, and Niners on my teams. I barely have Seahawks on my teams. I mean,
but that's based on fantasy because you don't really need those guys.
You know, I don't want to say I don't care if Seattle produces, but I know Seattle well enough to know that they spread it out so much that it's kind of like you can't really hitch your wagon to lock it because he could have like great games, but he's pretty consistent. But touchdowns, they come in bunches for him. Like he'll grab a couple of games.
You know who could be
Metcalf's turn.
Yeah.
You know who could make Lockett and Metcalf like both consistent every week?
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
You know, but going back to what you said, you know, you guys made those jokes about me being old, and yeah, I'm 52, but I've lived here in South Florida my whole life. But I can count probably on this hand how many Dolphins players I've had on my fantasy teams over the years, you know, because it's just not worth having them. You know, I'm very happy to get two on some of my taxi squads this year, but I know what you're saying with Seattle. You know, I may love the Dolphins, but I'm not going to put any of those guys in my starting lineup.
And see, I'm the opposite. I'm a homer. I'm a homer through and through. I've got on my IDP, Jonathan Abram, Max Crosby, Littleton, Kwiatkowski. They're on my lineups. Offensively,
those guys are on in anybody's lineup. If you
exactly, those are good guys.
Everybody's lineup. It's not like
I got Derek Carr on my teams too. So
I have Derek Carr on teams too. I like that guy.
As a QB2 in Superflex, it's not bad. But,
yeah,
I mean, it's not optimal, but it's not bad.
Right. I'm so upset because I was supposed to go to some Raiders games this year in Vegas, and
me too.
You know, the way it looks right now, I don't think I know Darrell doesn't want me to say it, but even if they do play, these guys are not going to have people in the stadiums, so it'll have to be next year. But hey, Dingus, if it is next year, let's talk and see what week you're going, and I'll work mine out at the same time.
Yeah, no, I talked my aunt. My aunt had season tickets to the Golden Knights. I got her to convert to the Raiders. So she moved her season tickets to the Raiders. And the worst part is right now, even if they had football, I don't know if they're going to even open up the border for us to come down.
They
Exactly.
probably wouldn't.
That's
you
true.
wouldn't be allowed back. They'd say stay in the U.S.
Now,
right now, the way it's set, if I travel to the U.S., which I think I can, if it's business or something where you have to go, I have to come back and quarantine for 14 days after the fact.
Yeah.
It's funny because if Cipes were to come up to Pennsylvania, he'd have to quarantine for 14 days.
Because I'm coming out of Florida.
Coming out of Florida,
it is that way with Hawaii. My brother, he lives in LA, and he needs to go over to Hawaii for some work. But they need to quarantine him 14 days if he does it. So,
really?
It's right now, there's so much going on in this world. There's no reason to take the risk of traveling. So, but I will tell you this, Matt. I'm sorry, I said Matt again. Dingus. We travel for these conventions, and last year, I think the best convention I did all year was coming to Canada, and I would love to come back there again. But it doesn't look like anytime soon we're going to be able to make those travel arrangements.
Yeah, no, I got disappointed. So this year, I finally got myself into the Kings Classic tournament. That's one that Bob Lung kind of puts together in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. And I was like, yes, I'm in there. I'm representing Canada, and it's going to be online this year because no one can get there.
Yep. We had already paid for our table and everything. We were going to go do the convention while you guys are doing the draft. Yeah. And all that. I just even actually today, I have 2 conventions left for the year that are still booked, and one of them got canceled today. So I'm down to one convention left out of the 24 I think I was supposed to do this year. There's only one left, and I'm sure that one's going to get canceled as well.
Yeah.
But it's the way the world is right now.
How is the virtual Comic-Con going to work? Is it just going to be streamed?
It's going to be streamed. For those of you who don't know, because I do conventions with my brother. He's an actor, and we do a lot of these. And Comic-Con, this is the first year in 51 years that Comic-Con's not going on the way it normally does. So it's going to be streamed. There's different ways of doing things. I know some of the stuff, like Greg, my brother, he's doing some stuff for Teen Titans that's pre-recorded, and then they're going to show the panels during Comic-Con. So they're different companies are doing it different ways. There are some people that are doing it live, and then there are some people that are doing it pre-recorded. But the way the world is right now, there's a lot of conventions that are all going virtual and online doing the convention. So who knows how it's going to work out.
It's funny you mentioned conventions because I just took part in a national convention for after-school programs.
Yeah.
I sat right in this chair and did conventions for 3 days online because that's how you had to do them now.
That's the way
crazy.
it's working.
So one of the things I do in my real life is I look over a multi-million-dollar recreation facility. So I look over everything and all the, you name it. It's a fitness, pool, hockey rink, field house, everything. And we actually started opening everything here a couple weeks ago. So the rink opened about 2 weeks ago. We're doing a slow opening, but mind you, my town of 64,000 people plus, we've only had 42 cases.
We have thousands. I mean, it's just Florida is just insane right now. They say if we were our own country, we'd be like number 4 in the world with the amount of cases and stuff. It's crazy here. But the conventions online, I know Greg just did a Teen Titans signing last week that was all virtual. It was on Instagram, and Kari and Tara and Scott, they all did it. So some of these convention people are doing it all virtually, and some of them are all moving everything to next year. So, and I know Darrell doesn't want me to say it, but in the end, it just seems like that's what's going to happen with football too. It's going to get pushed to next year.
Well, and I think, you know what, honestly, we're going to get a good idea what football looks like with what the NHL is about to do.
Yeah.
NHL, NBA, and baseball is all. They're the experiment. They're the guinea pig football is really it.
And it works out. It works out for the NFL because of the time frame that we have, that we can wait to see how everybody else does. But it just seems like the way certain places, maybe Ohio and some other places will be fine. But the way Florida and Texas and California, Florida, Texas, and California, the way they're handling things, I can't imagine that we're going to be able to do it. But listen, I want there to be, and I'm not putting it out there that there's not, but it just seems realistic, especially as a commissioner. I commissioned 15 leagues. I have to be ready, for there not to be a season.
Yep. Well, guys, it's about that time. We will.
No, it's not. Damn it!
Cap that conversation. Quick, 30 seconds.
What are you doing with league fees?
Exactly. Do you roll them over to next year and make it a bigger pot, or what?
It depends. It depends on the leagues. I mean, most of my leagues, I think it'll just it'll move. I think everything will move to next year. For me, I think the biggest problem to worry about is rookie drafts. Yeah. Most of the other stuff could just be transferred. If there's no season at all, you just push everything off a year. The rookie drafts is the thing you're going to have to figure out. League fees, if people want to leave, okay, that's fine, and then we'll refund people. But I would assume most people will just transfer the league fees to next year. It just seems that would be the easiest way. Now, if we get a season and it goes out in week 4, that's a whole other story. But right now, it just seems as if it doesn't happen. But I know, Dan, we need to go. So, all right.
We are out of time. So, goodbye.
One more.
And smooch. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night, Shane. Love you, Shane. Screw the rest of you.